Good morning, everybody. Oh, I was supposed to say hello, everybody, wasn't I? Oh, I made coffee. Hello, everybody. My name's Erica, and welcome to my channel, Ginger Books. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm going to explain where I have been, because your girl's an idiot, but also part of it is out of her control and not completely her fault. Why am I speaking about myself in the third person now? So, what happened was, I realized we had a bad power supply in my pre-build that I bought about a year or two ago. How I found out was because I was trying to play Red Dead Redemption, and there was this really god-awful high-pitched rattling noise. And it turns out it was the power supply. So we decided to order a new power supply in case, but then I decided, you know what? Why don't we just rebuild a computer for me so I don't have to worry about any more computer problems? And that's where my trouble began. We order all the parts, they come in about a week, except for one, which is the most important one, the motherboard. A week goes by, no motherboard. A week and a half goes by, still no motherboard. And it's not like I couldn't check it, because every time I went to check it, it would keep saying label was created, ready to be sent to UPS to be shipped. So I get a hold of the buyer that we bought it from, which we didn't realize was actually bought through a third party. So they call the shop and they said, oh, we're so sorry, your order must have fell through the cracks. We've been having a lot of orders go throughout during this pandemic. And I was like, that's okay, that's fine. Is there any way we can expedite the order? And they're like, actually, yeah, we're going to expedite the order so you can get it. Okay, this was a Wednesday. Friday rolls around, no motherboard. Still no, and told me that within 24 hours the shipping would update and I would actually get in contact with them. Okay. Saturday goes by, still no email, still no update, nothing. So Sunday we decided to look up reviews of this said shop. And we found out we are not the only ones having the issue of buying things through them, either through another website or directly from them. Nothing gets shipped. They keep saying label was created, or even going as far as they cannot even get a hold of them to get a refund. So I decided to try to call them, but also to buy another motherboard and make sure it was directly through the person that we were originally thought we were buying it from. So we ordered that on a Sunday, and the motherboard finally showed up last Tuesday. So it took pretty much almost 3 weeks to get a motherboard here for my computer. So that is why I have been MIA. Because dummy me, thinking that, oh, the motherboard would come on Monday, I sold my computer. But we get this fun computer. As you can see, it's a remote. I got the new case is a Roswell case that has the glowing light around the fans. So let me show you here. So this is my new case. So I have an i7 unlocked processor with a beautiful MSI motherboard with 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM that are RGB light up. I have a 65 gold or 650 watt gold power supply, and it is beautiful. And the only thing that's like originally from the other build is my micro 1070 graphics card, my hard drives, and my solid state drive. But oh my god, she is so beautiful, and this case is so mesmerizing, and it changes colors. So right now it's rainbow, and then the rainbow can change to gradient, blade, which I think is beautiful, and breathe. Or it can be any 8 solid colors: red, blue, orange, or light blue, orange, dark blue, yellow, purple, green, and white. But I have it on rainbow just because it is Pride Month, and in honor of Pride Month, my whole setup is rainbow, even my keyboard. But now I have a computer, I can edit and upload. I am really putting up a video tomorrow of a book haul that I did out of my depression of not having a computer. books just make me happy, and so do figurines. If you cannot see Vegeta and Goku kind of popping over here. I have problems. That's pretty much what I did. And I kind of explained the mini version, but obviously you guys get the longer version in this video. So, yeah. Again, I apologize. But we are back with fun content, though. So, obviously this is the children's vlog. And I've only read, like, close to half of Little House on the Prairie. I did not get through Farmer Boy like I wanted to last time, which is fine, because at this point, I don't think I'm going to put expectations on myself to continue finishing them. I think it's just whatever I finish and can continue and keep continuing on. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think that's kind of like what Books and Lala kind of has to do sometimes, because this is where originally the video idea came from, was Books and Lala. So if you want to check out my other two videos, I think I will post a link down below to the first one and explaining why I decided to do this, and give credit to Books and Lala, who I think created it, because I still have not found anybody who actually created it. So, and they give props to Books and Lala. So what we're going to do is try to get through a good chunk of the Little House on the Prairie. I don't know if we're going to get through all of it. If not, we'll just tag it on to the next month's video of the children's vlog. So, but I am actually really enjoying this. It's like a breather. And I've been trying to find a time to read during my day, even at work, which if you don't notice, I'm all dressed up because I'm back at work. We went back June 8th. No. Yes. And so I've been working. I've also been trying to force myself to take an hour to at least read at work, because it helps. When I start getting bogged down and just getting frustrated, it helps reset my brain and kind of give me a task to focus on that I can do, and then get back to the more difficult task. So it's been really nice. And also I may do an unhaul video on this vlog too, because I need to unhaul some books. Yeah, that's gonna be another thing that I'm kind of nervous to talk about, but it has to be said. And it's gonna be a little hard hitting heavy on this vlog, a little bit, just a little bit. But right now, goal is today is, right now I need to be at work by 9 because I'm going live showing the last part of campus, which is our garden. So I'm hoping it doesn't rain. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast for this morning, but it is pretty windy, so hopefully people can hear me and it's not too windy. And then I also have to plan out what I have to do on Friday, because obviously we are done showing the campus. So I have to figure out a person, a business, or an item to talk about. So this might get interesting. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot. I may do a work montage. I don't actually remember all what I have to do today. Might need to make sure I know what I'm doing today. Other than that, there's not really much. When I get off work, one of my best friends is coming over with her fiance and her little girl, because we're doing a Star Wars RPG. And so my boyfriend's trying to think of helping them develop their characters. And I'm saying a lot. I'm so sorry, guys. I haven't had enough coffee today. Trying to pretty much put them in the campaign that he's already created with 2 other friends, so we can have one big massive campaign, so that he doesn't have to rely on, if one person can't show up, we still have several others to, characters to work on. So yeah, that's gonna be tonight, and I'm supposed to cook for that, and I need to take meat out. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's our game plan for this vlog and my game plan for today. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Well, since I ran out of things to say and update you on, I guess I will update you guys later, hopefully at the office, and we can go through the game plan of what we're doing today. And hopefully have a work montage. So, see you in a bit. The Monday blues strike again. I was actually having a pretty good day at work, minus I spilled coffee on myself. Luckily I did not get on my white shirt. That's a perk. But as I was leaving work today, dummy me was not paying attention. And we have a fence that goes along the driveway on one portion. I was backing up and then realized, oh crap, I should be paying attention while I'm backing up. Guess who ran into a fence? Me, and put 4 deep gouges into my bumper and quarter panel on the driver's side. Oh, guys. It's okay. I'm okay. just a car. It's just a car. To top my day off, we get a bill. I forgot that since my boyfriend just new insurance, we have to pay up to our deductible, and he didn't realize he got the one that was cheap but had a high deductible. He sits under $100. Perk today, besides it was going pretty great, is I got my new Jeffree Star liquid lips. I've got crocodile tears and blue velvet. Beautiful. And guess what shows up today? My problem child. I'm gonna go take a shot at Jack. My Monday has been interesting. I can't right now. I'm laughing, but to be honest, I was crying earlier. But anyways, hi. I'm sorry I didn't do a work montage. One of my volunteers actually ended up showing up early. They worked the Fred afternoon shift. And to be honest, I ran out of things to do, and so I just decided to watch YouTube videos and read, so I'm so sorry, guys. But I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. Kind of. And yeah. So right now, I'm waiting for my best friend to come over with her little family, and we're gonna go to Fort Dodge. So I'm gonna balance the checkbook, and I'm probably not gonna check in at all because I just need a me time right now. This Monday. Yikes. My life is interesting and chaotic. And it likes to throw me zingers like this one today. I just wanted to check in, let you know how my Monday went, and I'll probably speak to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, and yes, I am wearing blue lipstick because I wanted to be adventurous today. Because, well, we all know how shitty yesterday was. It also matches my wristwatch. No, the reason why I'm wearing blue lipstick is because I have a Lions Club meeting tonight, and I kind of wanted, I don't know, again, to be adventurous. I am sorry I only checked in twice yesterday. I did get some reading done of Little House on the Prairie, and where is the flippin' book? I'm like on chapter 11 now, which is good. Pretty much I had everything done by noon, 1 o'clock yesterday, so I just read, and then I left early. So, and then I ended up pretty much hanging out with my best friend and her little family, and it's a great time. So today, what we're planning on doing is, I just got done editing this, today's today's video, and it is a May and June 2020 book haul. I don't do them every month like some people do. They like, that's totally them. They love doing those. I do them just because, like, every so often, just to let you guys know kind of like what I'm reading, and then of course I don't show you all the books I have bought, and just because it can be a lot. And I have been trying to curb my habit of buying books. I was really good at not buying them until I started stressing out and buying, because I guess that's how I cope with my anxiety now. So right now we only have about 6 minutes left for this to be uploaded and I'll make public. Today we have to do a live video at the museum that I have pushed off to today of the gardens. Hopefully it's not too windy. Didn't feel too windy, but let's hope not. And this should be a short video because there's only like 3 gardens to show anyways. So, and hopefully people are not working on it today. They might be. And then after work, I pretty much have a Lions Club meeting that's at 6:30, 6 or 6:30 in the Clancy classroom. So it's going to be a brief one because we just have to discuss things that are going to happen because we are actually having our fair this year. It was canceled and now they're brought it back on, which I have mixed feelings about that. A lot of mixed feelings about that. But other than that, there's not really much for me to do. I may tonight start recording for Friday so I can get that knocked out and out of the way either Wednesday or Thursday to edit. So yeah, but there's not a whole lot. Obviously I'm going to bring my book. I'm probably going to read on break, but there's not a whole lot to do today. Yeah, there's not really a lot to do today because I brainstormed for a fundraiser. Pretty much it's just research. I know I had to turn a group away yesterday that hopefully will come back, so I told them to come back at 10 because the tour is still about 2 hours long, even with our shortened version of it. That also reminds me I need to make a sign about, because we decided that maybe it would be best to say the last tour will be at 2 o'clock, just because people show up at 3 expecting that the tour would only be an hour, and a lot of people don't realize we have a lot of buildings to look through, and it can be almost 2 or 3 hours on a tour, depending on how much time they spend in one building. And our biggest buildings we have that you can spend a lot of time in is Erickson, Clancy, and the Millhouse. So we abbreviated our tour to follow CDC guidelines, but it's still a lot. So hopefully they show up today, because if they show up again at 3 o'clock expecting a tour, I'm going to have to turn them away again, and I hate doing that. But anyways, so there's not really much to plan for today. So pretty much I'm going to wait for this. It's about 5 minutes left, and then I'm going to head to the museum so we can get that live video knocked out of the way. And yeah, and hopefully I'll insert a a work montage, because I was supposed to yesterday and I totally did not. So, sorry. And hopefully today I'm praying to the gods that this day goes a little bit better than yesterday. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Because every time I look at my car, I want to cry. And actually, why don't I show you guys here, once this is done uploading before we head to the office, I'll show you the damage. So as promised, this is what I did to my car. It doesn't look that bad looking in the light. It has 2 serious big gouges. This one up here, this one down here. Some of this is just scraped, but it will have to be repainted and redone. And I also popped the panel out just a little bit with some scrapes over here. This is what you get when you hit an old 1800s wrought iron fence. And the fence, for the most part, is okay. I would have felt better if it was, damaged in some sort, but also I would feel way worse if it was damaged in some sort. But I guess that it doesn't look bad. But still kicking myself over it, so I don't want to deal with it for a while. But anyways, we're going to head to the office, and yeah. So I will update you guys later. Hi everybody, back for an update. So I just finished up pretty much all I needed to do today. I made several of these membership cards today, and that pretty much took up most of my time. So it gave me something to do today besides sitting here trying to look like I'm busy. No, I do stuff while I'm at work. It's just right now, since a lot of our stuff is not happening this year, I have a lot more free time to start planning for next year. So, but I don't want to plan too soon, or I'm going to run out of things to do during the winter. Right now, I was thinking about reading a little bit more from Little House on the Prairie and watch Claire's newest video in her Disney Princess series. Okay, sorry, I thought I saw somebody walking in between the buildings. This is what happens when you have lace curtains. And it's the Sleeping Beauty number 8, which is her final one for the Sleeping Beauty generation, and going on to Elsa and Anna's generation of Frozen. So I figured I would watch that. I don't have really much more to do. We cannot accept tours now since it is after 2:30, but if I close the museum early, I do not close it up until about 3:25, 3:30, because it's a little too early if I tried to just say, okay, well, I'm done for the day and go home now. In case if somebody is looking for me, but by 3:30, probably nobody is looking for me, and if somebody wants a tour, we close at 4. It wouldn't be fair to give them only like a tour of the house and then tell them to come back tomorrow. That's not fair. So that's why we end the tours at 2:30, because relatively it's still about an hour and a half to 2 hours, even with our improvised tour. So right now I think, yeah, I'm just going to read and just listen to this. So we're going to do a reading montage. So the first one of this week, I guess. So there's one, I didn't realize I was still in chapter 12, so instead I didn't get to chapter 11, I got to almost chapter 13. So there's this point where Laura hears this funny noise, and he's like, oh, by George, it has to be cattle. It must be the cattle herds going north to Fort Dodge. Okay, so I can't show you right now. I wish I had my computer, but Pa says they must be going north to Fort Dodge. Now, I don't know if he means Fort Dodge, Kansas, because depending on where Pa's cabin was, it was near Independence, but it was still a good day's journey to Independence, which means it could have been 2 or 3 hours. Oh, I can't remember estimating how much away it actually was by car. If they're going north, because technically, depending on where they're at, Independence was here, and they were close to Independence where their cabin was. Fort Dodge is north but west. But Fort Dodge, Iowa is north, kind of curves off into Kansas City, but then all the way straight up north. No. And I don't have my guide here, so I might have to check into that. But I thought that was fascinating. But anyways, I'm gonna keep reading. So I just got to chapter 16, The Little House on the Prairie, and I forgot about the whole watermelon thing, that Mrs. Scott blames them from getting sick from watermelon. And that's why I like the little blurb at the end of chapter 15 of, Ma was so against it, of him eating it. And Pa decided to go get a watermelon and eat it. Ma didn't let anybody else besides him eat it. Of course, the next day he came down with a slight chill and fever. But then Ma the next day ended up with a slight chill and fever too. So it's do you really know? But then the little blurb at the end is just well, little did people know that what they had was fever and ag was actually malaria, and you can get it from mosquito bites. So it shows a little bit of the difference between what they would have called some of what we would call diseases today, or viruses or bacterial infections or anything like that. But so right now I'm done reading. I'm going to disinfect my desk and a couple of other things, and I think I'm going to head out and go pick up my boyfriend. I have to be back here because we're having a Lions Club meeting, hence why I'm wearing Lions Club, and I think I said this before, in the Clancy classroom, so I've got to go and disinfect that. But other than that, I'm a free bird. I'm done with work for the day, so I will update you guys definitely later. I definitely will be making sure that video is public, the one that I posted today, when I get home, because for some reason it kept saying 8 minutes and then it would go down to 5 and be 88% done. And then I don't know where it went back to 65. So it's been uploading all day. I hope not all day, but it's been uploading. So, and hopefully will be uploaded when I get home. So anyways, I will update you guys later, or hopefully my last check-in will be saying goodnight to you guys if I remember. Hello everybody. Sorry I have been kind of MIA today. It kind of was a rough day, to be honest. Work was bad. It's just mentally it wasn't a very good day. But I wanted to pop on and show you guys what I got on Amazon. My first round of purchases from Amazon. So yeah, let's open them up. So these are the whole bunch of Star Wars books I bought. So I've got, it's from the Legend series, so there's different authors. But Star Wars The Old Republic, I'm deceived about this because I want to learn more about Star Wars. And some of these are not, like, I mean, the OG Star Wars books are written by George Lucas, but these are, you know, I don't know. I just really wanted to learn more. So this is the other one, which is Darth Bane, The Path of Destruction. So this is, again, about the Old Republic. Then you have Star Wars Darth Maul, Shadowhunter. Ooh, it even includes a short story. Then the next one is Star Wars Darth Plagueis. Lords of the Sith. I wanted this. It's not part of the Legends series, but I just want to learn more about Lords of the Sith, if you can tell that I'm kind of a Sith fan. Even though I'm like a neutral. If you want to consider me, I would rather be a neutral person. Because both sides have issues. And then another one is Legend Star Wars Labyrinth of Evil. The first of kind of like the Jedi a little bit. Star Wars Cloak of Deception. That follows more of the storyline. Obviously it has Qui-Gon Jinn on it, so it's like around the first episode. And then the last in this box is not part of this, but I needed the book because I didn't realize I hadn't completed the trilogy. So that is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. Which, I know, we have to finish this. I need to get it on Libby and start finishing it. So, one box, one down. Alright. Oh, I forgot I got her. So this is Sailor Jupiter out of a figurine. She's my favorite. And then I got more books. Oops. So I'm finishing off Holly Black's trilogy, which I have The Cruel Prince. Now I have The Wicked King, because your girl cannot just have one book of a series. And then The Queen of Nothing. So I'm excited. I have not started this series yet, so, or trilogy. It's not a series yet, so I need to start that soon too. And then of course I got the Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, because I also didn't have this book. And then the last things in this box pertain to like D&D, Pathfinders, and Star Wars RPG, which is like D&D, but it's for the Star Wars series. So I got another set of role-playing dice, because I only had one, and I'm getting a second one so that if a friend, so when we start pretty much playing together, because we have a group, I have another set of dice for somebody to use. And then I got a set of 6 D&D, Pathfinder, just pretty much role-playing dice, and they're different types of colors, so let me show you. So these are the different pouches they come in, and they have like little symbols, and that's what kind of drew me to them. So you've got the scorpion, the lion, the wolf, the bat, the dragon, and the horse. And these are the dice. Where's my scissors? So these are more orangey yellow, kind of marble. You can see it. I was really excited for these. I really want to get into D&D and Pathfinders. I think it would be fun to do something like that, because why not? Then the next ones are kind of like a blue-green swirl type marble. So here's the next one, which is more of like an orangish gray type color. This is a purple, blackish type color. And this one's kind of like a bluish gray / black color. And then this one's kind of like a cotton candy type color. And this one, the blue and the purple one are kind of what drew me to it. And it's just, they're so pretty. So pretty. I'll show you the Jupiter put together here in just a minute. Alright, she's all put together. This was so packaged so well. She was actually, her middle was wrapped so much in bubble wrap that I really enjoyed this. This was about $50, but it also was just, it was coming from Funimation. It was what they created, and this is the Sailor Moon Crystal Sailor Jupiter. So the reimagined ones, her arms came apart, and of course she didn't come on the stand, but this is just stunning. Look at her. She's one of my favorite Sailor Scouts from the Inner Sunshi, and she's gonna look so beautiful on my shelf whenever it gets up. I do have the rest of the Sailor Scouts on my wish list on Amazon. I found these on Amazon, and I think I'm going to order Sailor Mars next. Sailor Mars and Sailor Jupiter are probably my favorite Sailor Scouts. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Serenity, I love Usagi, but Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Mars are like close to my personality, where Sailor Mars, I mean, fiery, her elements and spirituality and the way she grounds herself with that, but also kind of being hot-headed and just fire, and kind of relates to me, along with Sailor Jupiter, who is very fierce and very brave and somebody who I want to be, and also loves food, and I love food. So they're my favorite, along with Sailor Pluto and Sailor Uranus. I love them too, from the outer Sailor Scouts. Now, I was planning on reading, but I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and start recording my video for Friday for Sims. I'm not really in the mindset to sit down. I do apologize. I had a really bad mental day. I didn't even want to get up to take my boyfriend to work. I instead just fell asleep, woke back up at 8:15, and this week has just been really interesting, to say the least. Obviously, you saw Monday. Yesterday was okay, but it was just weird. And today, I just still feel weird, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So, right now, reading is kind of on the back burner, and, I want to be honest with you guys and be real. Everything's not sunshines and rainbows. Of course, you probably know that, but yeah. So this is sometimes what happens, that I just don't read and just try to do other things that kind of make me happy. I mean, obviously I was happy after kind of getting myself a little bit out of the funk, but I'm still kind of feel it wanting to bring me down again. I don't have, I've never been diagnosed with depression, but I just have my days where my anxiety gets the best of me. So but thank you for letting me speak my mind about that. I will probably get on Libby and download, because we do need to read the stories out of the Tales of the Shadow Market. I know this is supposed to be the children's vlog, but I do need to get some of this out of the way. So, and yes, I will come back to reading Little House on the Prairie. I've been really enjoying reading at work. It gives me time to reset my brain. But today I didn't get that, and maybe that's also why I feel off. I don't know. So I will update you guys later on what I do. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, and today I actually feel more like myself, which is really great. Really great, because I have not been feeling myself all week. But today I put on eyeshadow for the first time, and actually it looks pretty good. I've been experimenting with eyeshadow because I want to learn how to do it, but I don't want to do bright, subtle looks until I get the hang of it, even though my friend did recommend that I do use bright colors so I can figure out how to blend so I can actually see it, because the colors I'm putting on my face are more natural. This weekend I'm really hoping to get online and be able to order Blood Sugar, the Conspiracy Palette, and Cremated from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I usually just order directly from him. I could probably directly order from Morphe too, because Morphe sells them, but I'm so excited because I don't know why, but it just gives me inspiration, and it helps me kind of be able to center myself throughout the day. I was never really a makeup type person, so this is new to me, and oh my goodness, this is Calabasas, and it's doing what I want it to, and it's great. Ever since I started watching Jeffree Star, I found him through Shane Dawson. I've really, really loved his makeup. And I'm I really want to have that, but I want to get better at applying makeup before I go and spend big bucks for the big girl palettes and everything. And so I decided to get the Morphe because I was just like, okay, I want to test this out because if I don't wear it enough, I'm not going to go and spend $50. Even though I would rather, pay $50 to give it to Jeffrey to keep doing what he's doing, and even if I don't use the palette. But so I'm trying to do eyeshadow, and I'm just like really loving this look. I'm hoping I blended it right. I think I came a little too close on this side, but you know what? I'm just gonna work it. I did get compliments even though I didn't do it very well yesterday, and you guys didn't get to see it, I'm so sorry, of me wearing, eyeshadow and everything. Of course, they asked why I wasn't, wearing foundation. Well, it irritates my skin, so that's why I try to do a skincare regimen so that I can actually not have to wear foundation or concealer. Anyways, that was a long-winded thing about how I feel myself, and obviously you can tell I feel myself because I'm talking a lot. But I just wanted to pop in and say good morning. Today, I don't really have a lot planned at work. I pretty much got most of what I needed to done Monday through Wednesday. I mean, tomorrow I know I have some planning to do for a fundraiser with my assistant, but that's tomorrow. So today is pretty much check emails, probably figure out if there's anything that needs to be done immediately. If not, it's research. So, I get to sit in an office for 6 hours trying to find things to do. Which, to be honest, research definitely needs to be done. Also, I have to figure out my layout of that's what I could actually do today, as I need to figure out the layout of the Halloween open house and how we're going to do that. So we're going to put that on the agenda today. So I can have that done and not freaking out when it comes September. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I didn't read anything yesterday, but I did record for Sims. So I will come home and pretty much edit for that, hopefully. Again, I'm so sorry. You're going to see it and be like, wow, this was kind of boring. I was trying to make it interesting, but your girl decided to start recording at like 10:30 at night. Which was dumb. Being tired and everything, but yeah. Good news from yesterday, before I let you go. My boyfriend's car, knock on wood that it's still, working right now. He put silver sealant in it, and I think it pretty much plugged the holes near the gasket where it was leaking. So we had no puddle. Bad news was, out of nowhere, I walk around the car, notice that one side is drooped down, the tire's flat. Thankfully, the person that we bought it from, which is my uncle, or technically we bought it from my parents, but we bought it from my uncle, they decided instead of keeping donuts, they keep a full spare in the back of the trunk. And I totally forgot. I don't know how I would have forgotten because it took up a lot of back trunk space. So the full spare, we had a full spare. Right now it's on there. He went to work. I still kind of woke up just to make sure that, he got to work okay, even though it was like 7 o'clock and that's when he works. Pretty sure if he had any problems by then, he would have called me, but me being the good girlfriend I hope I'm being, I gotta get to work, and I need to stop at the gas station to get my morning drink. Hey everybody. You're probably wondering why I'm at home at 1:45 in the afternoon. So I get a phone call from my boyfriend about 11:30, and his cousin, who we had direct contact with for a family barbecue on Saturday, has tested positive for COVID. Blake had a scare this morning after I got to work with one that also, the shift manager for second shift where he works, also has COVID. We're thinking that's where his cousin got it because he's on second shift at where my brother works. So, I'm home, being the smart one. I shut everything down, put on my mask, put on gloves, literally took our bleach cleaner from Target and cleaned everything that I knew I had touched and kept the gloves on until I walked outside. So I didn't potentially keep exposing. I don't know if I have it. We did call the Department of Public Health in our county and a doctor, and they recommend that since we're not showing symptoms, so we're not, wasting a test for somebody who needs it, just to stay home. So pretty much 14 days from the day of exposure. So we've already been exposed for about a week, It was last Saturday, so we have one more week to go. Hopefully we are symptom free. We didn't know anything about this until today. Yeah. So they recommended that, and to let everybody know who we told, even though they said that usually since we're the second party, the third party, the chances it actually was passed to them is slim to none. But yeah, my week. It's been a week, but I want to vlog it just because my weeks are not always sunshines and rainbows. So life has reminded me that I need to be thankful more and maybe not as much of a bitch. Karma has caught up with me from somewhere, and yeah. So hold on. Sorry about that. The museum phone was ringing, but I have already contacted everybody that I knew I was in contact with. I told them just to monitor themselves. I don't know what that's going to say for the museum because I'm, usually there in the mornings. We don't have any volunteers that come in the mornings. One of our volunteers did suggest that I really would like, and I need to, hopefully the president will contact me back, is I want the museum at least shut down for 72 hours to make sure that if I were to have contaminated anything, the virus only lives up to 72 hours without a host to feed off of. So hopefully on Monday people can get back in there. One person suggested that maybe we could just open up Friday afternoons until I can come back. But also one of my volunteers recommended that maybe we should just be shut down until you can come back. And I'm like, I don't want that because to be honest, it's been really, really slow because of COVID-19, and I want it to be slow because I don't want a huge amount of people coming through and not being safe. But if you haven't noticed, I kind of been crying. I know there's nothing I can do about it, and people are way worse off than I am. I could potentially have it. Doesn't mean I do have it, but it just sucks because I could have infected people, and that's the last thing I need to have on my conscience or my mind, knowing I did. So that's why I'm home, and I'll probably be home for the next week. So the last half of the 14 days, I'm praying and crossing my fingers that I just hope I don't get it. I don't want any form of it, and I hope anybody who is battling COVID out there, you're in my thoughts and prayers, because it can be a very scary virus to a lot of people, especially with compromised immune systems. I don't have one, thank God, but some of my friends do, and it just worries me. And also, of the vulnerable age of people over 60, and that scares me too because I work with pretty much people that are over 60, so except for a couple of people, so that scares me too. But that means I can be at home again, slow down, appreciate the things I love, because I think the gods are trying to tell me that I've been kind of, I don't know, a butt lately or something, and they just need me to slow down. So, yeah. Hello everybody, and happy Friday. As you've seen yesterday's footage, something serious happened. So my boyfriend and I ended up going to a family doctor in Clarion to get tested for COVID-19. Just on the off chance, even though we're not showing symptoms right now, we possibly could or be asymptomatic and could have it. So we went over there. I've been kind of cranky because of my anxiety, and also Mother Nature decided to gift me my monthly present. So I'm irritated. We get over there, we get the test done, and then we're just like, we'll go back through Clarion, because technically it was in Belmont, and we're gonna get Hardee's. Get to the Hardee's drive-through window. We had gloves and we had a mask, so we weren't spreading it. And so I put my car in park, and then I drive forward like she told me, put my car in park again. Car disappears, put the car in park in the first stall, not realizing the lady was already coming out with the food, which I apologize to her. I didn't mean to But when I went to go put my car in drive and drive away, my car acted up. It shifted really hard and then out of nowhere started saying, shift system failure. Tried to figure it out and ended up actually getting frustrated and having a small mental breakdown. Because after everything that has happened this week, and it felt just such, I'm going to say it and sorry and say about swearing, a very shitty week, I finally hit my breaking point. I didn't mean to take it out on my boyfriend or anybody that was sitting next to me, but I just broke down. Not that I got physical or anything with my boyfriend or anything like that. No, I just was so upset. Also didn't help the emotions of, my emotions are haywire on the first day of my monthly thing. Sorry for that TMI. Turns out, I'm glad it's a simple fix. We ended up going to a very nice auto body shop called Hanson's and Sons Tire and Auto. They were able to be able to put the scan tool on it to zero out what it was telling the computer so we could actually shift and actually move the vehicle, because when we got there, the car pretty much would not come out of park, would not move, nothing at that point when they got in it. And, we were upfront and honest with them, saying the reason why we were in Belmont Clarion area. They sent somebody out with gloves and a mask to clean the stuff that we have touched so that they can work on it. He told me that it's down on the right side in between something and the engine. That's where my shifter is. And he said that it looks like a silicone lid or casing came off of it. And so he got everything put back the best he could. He was going to try to zip tie it, but there's no best way to zip tie it. So he just told us to be careful. If it does come out, he showed us how to do it again on the way home. But yeah. So the car is parked. It's not like we can go anywhere because we have to ride out the rest of these 14 days at home anyways. So I can't go anywhere. So thank you. I thanked him so much, and I'm like, thank you for, the spur of the moment getting us in, and didn't charge us a lot, and I, felt really bad. So yeah. So I ended up coming home. I was mentally exhausted and I took a nap. Yeah. This week has not gone the greatest. For my mental sanity. At all. And this is kind of becoming more of a reading than a life vlog. Or more of a life vlog than a reading vlog. I do apologize, but I want to be honest with you guys. My life, as I have said before, is not sunshines and rainbows, and I want to not portray that it's sunshines and rainbows to you guys. I want to be honest and open, but yeah. Okay, so I came to a point. Now, when I read this, you have to understand the viewpoint of this time period and these settlers coming into territories that Native Americans were told they can inhabit with these treaties and everything. And so their neighbor, Mrs. Scott, visits, and she says, pretty much hoping that they have no trouble with Indians again. She says pretty much land knows they'll never do anything with this country themselves. All they do is roam around over it like wild animals. Treaties or no treaties, the land belongs to folks that'll farm it. That's only common sense and justice. So, this is a common viewpoint. So this is, in a way, a teaching tool for kids to point out kind of like the different viewpoints of history But I'm hoping teachers who use these books are teaching them that, you know, that's not how we view them today, but back then. Like, kind of emphasizing the point that we don't try to racially discriminate against Native Americans, even though we still kind of do today. And I mean by kind of still do, along with anybody else that's different from white Anglo-Saxon, like, ancestors and background. So, or Saxon, not Saxton. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna continue reading now. Okay, so here's another one. Pretty much continuing on. Oh no, my page is folded. Pretty much from what Mrs. Scott says, she doesn't like Indians. She thinks that a good Indian is a dead Indian. And she says, I can't forget the Minnesota Massacre. My pa and my brothers went out with the rest of the settlers and stopped only 15 miles west of it. I've heard pa tell often enough how they, and of course Ma cut her off because there's little children's ears listening to this. And of course, somebody from the 21st century is appalled of this treatment of just how comfortably people thought Indians should, or Native Americans should be dead. I'm not going to justify this just because the reason why the Native Americans kind of had a mistrust, or I shouldn't say kind of, had a mistrust for anybody who was white or a settler was because they were pretty much being railroaded of their land, and nobody wanted to take the time to understand and listen to them. Instead, they just wanted to keep pushing west and keep pretty much killing off their tribes and everything like that. So wouldn't you be a little angry and want to fight back? Of course. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading now. I did not realize that it said 30 minutes, but then it jumped to an hour and 30 minutes. So I only have 6 minutes left for this video to upload, but I did finish A Little House on the Prairie. By far, this is probably one of my favorite books because there's just so much history in a story, even though it's a fictional story, but in a way it really isn't, because it does tell just a little over-glorified of Laura Ingalls Wilder and her family's trip to Indian Territory, and this just shows history through the eyes of somebody who pretty much lived it. And of course you saw from before just the little blurbs of how some people viewed the Native Americans. What initially actually drove the Ingalls off the land was because they didn't realize they were 3 miles into Indian Territory and they settled. Even though from what it was from the government, they were promised that they could settle there, they would be protected, they could have the land. Turns out in the end, they were only there for about a year, and the government was actually pushing the settlers off the Indian land. So Charles, when he found out, in the book, he got upset and he left. So now they're on their way to independence, and that's where Laura's story ends for right now. Ends on that cliffhanger, because in the next book, Farmer Boy is actually the story of Almanzo Wilder growing up in New York State. So we kind of transfer that, and if I believe, this kind of like follows him up until I think young teenage years, because right now he's like 9, just to kind of set for an example of, you know, him growing up a little bit, because you won't see his character again until, I think it's, hold on, yeah, you won't see his character again. I just had to check the book spines until like the little town on the prairie, and if not, it's like towards the end of the little town on the prairie, and you definitely will see him in the long, like these happy golden years or the long golden years or something like that. So he's not really, he's only in the last like 2.5 books. So, but this is his book that he gets just to kind of set up the narrative of who Almanzo is and how he grew up, and kind of like a little bit of the differences of growing up in New York, where they're a more well-established farm family in the East compared to what Laura went through, where, you know, her pa was a traveler wanting to set up farmer set up in the Wild West, but then ending up kind of going back a little east before they settle back again. I think it's in South Dakota, along the shores of Silver Lake, pretty much is where they just decide to stay. So, yeah. Well, I'm waiting for this to upload. I think I'm going to say goodnight to you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy last day of the vlog, or sad last day of the vlog. Today I woke up in a better mood, even though I woke up having cramps from hell. And just had kind of just this morning while eating coffee. Yeah, eating coffee. Drinking coffee. Just a newer perspective right now, so I can just start next week off a little bit better, even though I am stuck in my house. So right now, I'm not reading just because I read a lot yesterday. Not, kind of in a way not meaning to, but it helped me a lot, and it helped with my headache. Right now I'm watching, who am I watching? Deligracy. Her Rags to Riches that she started for the new eco lifestyle for Sims 4. And right now on, you can't see it, but on my browser I have Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Morphe up on my browser so I can get the new cremated palette. My friend told me, she's like, can you get it for me and I pay you back later when you're off quarantine? And I was like, yeah, sure. I have the money, why not? And so I'm going to get that, and I also want to get the Conspiracy palette, which I'm pretty sure I can probably get the Conspiracy palette because right now they only released a shade for the mini palette and it didn't go in the actual full Conspiracy palette. So I'm hoping people are buying that one up more than the Conspiracy palette so I can finally get it. I did order Bloodlust yesterday. I'm wondering why that didn't sell as fast as the other ones did. Unless people just didn't like it, I don't know. But I really want the cremated palette because it doesn't overwhelm me yet, even though I want the Bloodlust and the Conspiracy for colors, so once I can feel comfortable enough in my eyeshadow abilities to gravitate towards something more colorful. Yeah, that's my logic, I think. Other than that, I don't really have much going on today. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to watching that, and I will update you guys later if I got the cremated palettes or not. Hi everybody. It is now 1:20, so it is the afternoon, and I was able to get the cremated palette. I ordered 2 because my friend wanted one, and was able to get it off of Morphe because they were having issues with Jeffree Star. Pretty much everybody broke the checkout, and people also broke the USPS, I cannot pronounce, USPS, so the United States Postal Service's delivery estimated thing. They also broke that, so they had to fix it. Like, holy crap. So I was able to actually get the palettes off of Morphe because I was just scared if I waited around too long, I wouldn't have been able to get them. So I got them off of there. I also got Are You Filming? Which is a thing that Shane says to his film guy. Why can I not remember his name? This is sad. I can't remember his name. I'll put it down below. So I was able to get that one, which is a very bright red color. And I was able to get the Conspiracy palette too. Which I figured not a lot of people are going to be buying the Conspiracy palette because it has been out for almost a year, so anybody, and it has been restocked. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time it's been restocked, so figured I would get it anyways, but I wanted to make sure I could get it, and I bought them all off of Morphe just to be safe, and so they should be here. It said to give it, with COVID-19, give it an additional 5 business days, so it should, but average it's about 2 to 7 business days. The last time I ordered from Morphe, it took forever, but again, COVID-19, it's fine. But hopefully they'll be here within a week or two. So right now, what I'm thinking about doing is probably playing some more Sims. I was thinking about reading, but I'm a little tired and it's gonna make me more tired, and I don't need to take a nap at like 1:30. I do need to like keep a sleep schedule. I mean, I could, like, nobody's stopping me. So we're gonna do that and either take a nap or play Sims, and I will probably update you guys later. So I just wanted to check in to let you guys know that I got it. I'm really excited. I'm hoping it is in here within a week, but who knows. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna peace out. Hello everybody, I am back for the last update of the vlog. I'm pretty much going to end it here because I'm not planning on reading anymore, I think, of this vlog. So I guess thank you so much for watching me literally lose my mental sanity all week, because it was a pretty crappy week. I'm still gonna post this because just I want to be, you know, honest with you guys that, you know, my weeks sometimes literally end up utter garbage like this one. Well, without further ado, thank you so much for watching this chaotic mess. At least we did get some reading in, and we did finish a book this week that I've been meaning to. And yeah, it's nice to be back kind of on a regular schedule, even though my schedule got topsy-turvy once more. But hey, life, you win some, you lose some. If you did like what you saw and want to stay around more for the chaos, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you are notified when I post. I post every Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays being the fun bookish content like this, and Fridays being my fun Sims content. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a better start to your week than I did all week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!